Hi Days fans, it's Tuesday, June 1st, and I know at times you guys have accused me of being an EJ fan, like a biased EJ fan, but I want to tell you about a dream I had last night, and I'm either a really good wife or really, really worried about my parents coming. Because in this dream, my house was as messy as it currently is, possibly because I slept in this morning instead of cleaning. If my mom's watching this, she's going to be like, oh, don't clean for us.
They always say that.
Who doesn't clean when their mother comes? And EJ, James Scott, but I kept accidentally calling him EJ, which is so dorky.
That is so uncool, honey.
James Scott was sitting in our cookie chair.
Oh.
Do you have a cookie chair? Our daughter had taken a chair in our home and named it the cookie chair, and she sits there demanding cookies. Yes.
It's also the tap-tap chair.
Oh, yeah. So EJ's sitting there in the cookie chair, and he is playing with the cats and stuff. And Paloma comes up to me, and she's playing with matches. Yeah. And I go up to EJ, and I say, EJ, do you know where Paloma got matches from? And then I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I mean James Scott. But then, long story short, I was so thinking, why didn't I just clean the house? Because now James Scott is sitting in my kitchen, and it's so freaking messy. But James Scott was in the cookie chair, not, like, our bedroom or anything, so.
Okay.
I don't think I'm as James Scott obsessed as you think I am.
Anyway, moving on to the show, Ijana.
Yeah. Now that I ate up 4 minutes of our video on that.
Yeah.
Gertrude's definitely unsubscribing today. Alright.
So, I love it when she threw it in Brady's face, like, he believes in me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ouch. Oh, my God. How do you recover from that? I mean,
yeah.
I'd rather you just went and cheated on me or something.
Why not just say it? Yeah, he's
My
better
God.
in bed. I can imagine he will be.
But he's so cool as Ari's attorney. I love it.
I know, and you know what else I am loving?
Please just leave us alone.
I'm loving all this, like, EJ is really not happy with Brady, because Brady knew that, well, thought that Sydney wasn't his all those months, and let her, pass off this baby as his. I mean, what kind of a-hole allows that? So this is his way of, like, they're chasing after the same woman again, and this woman's going to pick him again, and he's going to be like, screw you, Brady.
If there is a line of Coke in Salem, Brady's going to do it tonight, because he is.
And how about when Sammy shows up and visits Ari at the jail, it's just because she's afraid that what Gabby said is going to come true, that Rafe's going to come home and be like, whoa, you didn't help out my little sister? La Familia is everything. You are done to me. But I think those two could really knock heads, or not knock heads, what's that? Puts their heads together? I'm tired.
Get into a fight? I don't know.
No, like
Bump heads?
Use their double brain power.
Oh, yeah.
And really put the screws to Nicole. I mean, what two women in Salem, other than, like, Kate, but now they're all, like, having drinks and stuff, hate Nicole more than Sammy and Ariana? Those two should be working together.
Yeah. Some more drama with Daniel and Chloe pushing up the wedding. I love it. Again, they push up the wedding. Push. Pressure. Chloe, do I tell her? Hell no, I'm not going to tell him. Got Nicole pulling her on one side. Don't say anything. Carly, tell.
Is Daniel an idiot?
You need to back off, Carly Manning.
I want to know what Daniel's IQ is. I know he went to medical school and everything, but if my brother's listening, cover your ears. A lot of that has to do with just being a hard worker. It doesn't necessarily mean that's smart.
Hey, that guy can do a double pancreatic partial transfer with one hand tied behind his back.
Well, let me ask you this. If I came home, or you came home, and you said, honey, I pushed up the wedding, and your favorite priest, well, that probably would tip me off right away, something was wrong, but your favorite priest is going to marry us tomorrow, and I'm like, yeah, that's great, honey, but I found some kid's place out in the woods that could do it all tonight. And he's like, tomorrow's not soon enough? That's just weird.
Yeah, that was kind of lame.
I mean, you got to be suspicious, Daniel.
Okay, who am I? If you don't, I will.
Oh, Carly.
God.
Carly, Crystal Chappelle, God, you must be loving life lately because you've only had to memorize like 4 lines. Chloe, he's my friend.
Yeah.
He's Melanie's father. I have to tell him. If you don't, I will.
And all that, like, he'll forgive you. This stuff can come out.
Honey, would you forgive me if I did something like that?
No.
I'm not divulging anything. But if I did.
No.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I would.
I would have a very hard time forgiving you. But, and this isn't like a coupon I'm giving you or anything.
Oh.
But, I have never loved anybody like you or had as much fun. So I probably would come around to forgiving you just because I've dated a lot. And you have definitely made it to that upper echelon. What do you call that? Like when you're sifting?
The cream?
Something.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I'm giving you a free pass. So don't do it.
All right.
Is this better than last night? We were all fighting. And Mike writes in, "You overreacted." And JB's
that was
like,
awesome.
JB, I swear to God, if we were already married, Mike, you would be JB's best man. That's how much. He's like, what? Who is that guy? Write down his IP address or whatever. And I'm like, calm down. You don't need to, like, invite him over to watch football.
I love how they still have beepers on days like... when's the last time you saw a beeper? Those things were, like, around in the 70s or something.
I know I definitely saw one in the 90s.
A pager?
Yeah, like, I remember when I first had my first job at JCPenney's. I remember there being pagers.
Where, like, a little number appears. You wear
Yeah.
it looks like a pack of Tic Tacs
Yeah.
and a little number. I have not seen one of those in 20
The last
years.
time I remember seeing one is circa 1993.
Even back then, 20 years ago, I'm like, man, this thing's kind of old technology. But they're still using them. Maybe it's a hospital thing. I don't know. Anyway, who cares?
I don't think I see any of my physicians when I go to the doctor with us.
So the show ends really, really cool. Where EJ goes up to Nicole in the bar.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to confront her. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. And he's like, Nicole, I know what you've done to Ariana, but I want to know why. And then Nicole's going to come back with, calm down, Tiger, because I know what you did to Sammy, so why don't you shut up?
She does know categorically?
I don't know, but that's what I think's going to happen.
Because there was one day that
She was acting too Cheshire Cat for my liking.
they went through all the alibis, and finally she said there was that one night, and Nicole said,
Oh, yeah.
explain that very quickly before we run out of time.
Okay, so Ariana couldn't be any farther from the opposite of me because EJ hands her a list of dates, and I could have told you what I was wearing, what I was doing, what my mother and father were doing, everything. Is that not the case?
Yes, and I can tell you all those things, but I can't match it up to the date.
And Ari's like, I don't keep a diary. I can't tell you what I did yesterday. And I'm thinking, oh, honey, you are screwed. But then she looks and she's like, wait, I remember this one because it was the day after I got home from my honeymoon or wedding supposed to be, and I went and confronted Nicole, which to me wasn't much of an alibi because couldn't she have like whacked Justin coming to her from the Java Cafe? I don't know. Maybe the Cheating Heart's not that close. I thought they were.
What were you doing this day a year ago? Any
Today?
idea? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of wild, but you might know.
Well, it's June 2nd. So Paloma's birthday would be my focus point.
Right. There's always a focus point.
So it would have been the day after Memorial Day. Last year, what it would have been. It would have been a Tuesday. I don't know if I know exactly. We would have been wrapping up the school
All
year.
right.
I will get back to you on that. But I will be able to tell you shortly.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Who cares? The previews. More Melanie and Daniel drama. She's not too happy about this wedding.
No. Oh, and I heard on previews, cover your ears if you don't want to hear this. But I accidentally saw on previews, because I friended them on Facebook, that Daniel's going to ask Philip to walk Chloe down the aisle. Woo!
And we better not talk about what we heard about.
AS?
Yes.
Yeah, we won't talk about
We'll
that.
talk about that later.
Okay.
All right, the couple that watch us stay together.
Stacy.